morning, 23rd of June. It's about 8:15. No, actually, it's just on 8 o'clock. And blue skies, other than one big, whatever the hell that is. But anyway, I'll just pan around slowly so I don't give anyone vertigo like I give myself. Sorry. Very, very, very nice blue skies out there. There's the ocean, and you can see that there are some clouds out there way, way in the background out to sea, but the rest is blue. Beautiful azure blue, all different levels of deepness. As you get higher, obviously, they get deeper down to the ground and they become more washy. This thing here, it's been here for about, since I woke up half an hour ago. I don't know, I think it is a craft because look at the shape of it. It looks like it has different layers or sections with some black markings in between some of them. I can't get any closer, I'm on my phone. I took some earlier on my camera, but I won't be able to get those up online till later on this afternoon or today. And of course at the back end there, it sort of has like a bubble. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these sort of bubbles. Reminds me of when I was doing all the research on World War II, all the Bomber Command and the Luftwaffe, that they all had like perspex covers, which obviously were to protect them from the elements, because they didn't have all the fancy heating systems, and the aeroplanes were just basically made of aluminium, so there was no protection from the extreme cold, from the heights that they were going to. So they'd have this perspex panel to stop the wind and rain and whatever else coming into their faces and making their sortie, their mission, their journey, their objective much more difficult. And that's what these things that I sort of see sometimes. Like you can see there's the tip of it there. If you imagine that is a long bullet-shaped craft, the tip of it is at the front there, and as you look at it as it filters down, you get almost halfway, it sort of dips down, then it pops up again, and it sort of flattens out till you can see where the brown area is there, which I would say was the end of the craft, and the rest is just the discharge from the vent that they have there. But just in front of that, they've got these white, sort of like hazy, bally type things. And if you look at some of the photos, and even when you identify some of the videos, you see they have like this, almost like a cloud bubble sort of type appearance. Pretty much right where that one is there on this. And I'm thinking, is that an observation port for them, or is that some passageway that they can open so that things can come in and out, like a exit port on the actual craft? I don't know. But yeah, so I'll just pan around here. Not a lot happening out there, but I think that they're starting to come in. These are coming in from the left to the right. So these ones are actually heading out to sea, whereas all the ones over to the left that are at ocean are actually coming in from the ocean. So I don't know how the clouds work, whether they can, and I've talked about this before, whether they can have different levels of cloud that actually move in different directions. I've been told that that's not what happens, but I don't know. So if anybody is a weatherman or somebody that does that as a hobby or an interest, or even has an understanding of it, let me know, because I don't want to make an idiot of myself saying something that is just normal, and that I'm just ignorant or stupid or haven't done my research correctly. I'm not a truth debunker, but I don't mind being debunked if I'm wrong. I'll admit it. I'm not proud to make mistakes, to admit I make mistakes. But yeah, so that thing, whatever it is, it started with the front part of it just over the crest, where it's right on above that ship stern, which is the round part next to the pyramid, just behind the pyramid-shaped peak, which looks like the ship stern, looks like the stern of a ship. So that's just there, and that's where the start of the cloud was. It was starting, it hovered there. at times it looks like it's almost touching the mountain there, the ridge, but it's just above it. And I want to know, if I was to be on that mountain and have trekked all my way to the top, and if I was to look above me, would I even see this cloud above me, or would I just see normal blue sky? What type of technology do they have for light reflection, light dispersion, or even whether they have some type of masking where you don't see something from a certain projective, like with mirrors. I don't know, but I ponder and I think about these things. Anything that's been in a movie can be in reality here in this world, because if you can't prove me wrong, then try to find some reason as to why I'm not right. But yeah, so I'll just go back around this way. Beautiful day. Still very cold apparently. New South Wales, which is the state underneath Queensland where I am, they're getting their first bit of snow proposally for today for winter, which will keep everyone happy. We don't have big ski seasons like you do up in the Northern Hemisphere, so when we do get some snow, it is widely accepted and heavily appreciated. For us to try to get to the good snowfields that are like Olympic standard snowfields with all the resort technology and amenities, it's either some parts of New South Wales, occasionally there's one or two in Victoria, but they're not the easiest to get to. There's no big airports near there that you can go to, so you've got to trek and drive, and it can be a whiteout where you think you're going to go there and you get there and you can't even get up the mountain because it's a whiteout and it's dangerous. So the other places are New Zealand and of course Japan and Korea. To go to the US, obviously Europe as well, but they are huge flights. And whilst the lockdown and all the planes are all grounded, that isn't going to happen to anybody. So we're lucky, I suppose, there's no Winter Olympics this year, because no one would see it. And they cancelled the Summer Olympics, so, will there ever be another Olympics? Is this their way of saying, hey, this is not going to happen anymore? You've got to think, what's going to happen? Everything else is sort of falling apart. What was here yesterday isn't here today and won't be here tomorrow. And that's a very, very frightening lifetime to be living in. My mum was saying to me that she's glad that her and my dad are sort of, past their productive years of, being able to earn an income and set themselves up for life and have a family that is sort of independent enough to not rely on them, because they're just so unsure about the future of what's happening with the world, with all the disharmony and all the animosity and just discord happening everywhere. And so she's worried about her grandchildren and her great-grandchildren, because maybe they may grow up in a world that they've never known freedom, that they've never ever had the opportunity to experience, that they can go where they want, when they want, with whom they want, and don't have to stand in a line like a sheep, or like an animal being led to the slaughter. The things that we take for granted that are slowly being taken away from us. And for my mum, who's a very, very, very optimistic person, who always tries to find the light at the end of the tunnel, for her to say that was like a slap in the face for me. It hurt me for her to think that was what her and Dad was going to be. So yeah, it worries me. And but I'm not going to get into the political side of things because I'm talking about clouds, trying to distance that. So apologies if I upset anybody with what I say. I don't mean to, but I don't have a filter on my mouth. I never have, never will. And I think it's an open-mindedness that gives people the opportunity to see things, because the stuff that's here in the skies, they are not normal. And I know I did do a cloud, a moon thing, and two people commented, that's perfectly normal, it's in the right place at the right time. And I thank them for bringing that to my attention, because obviously I am not, university trained in this field, and I thought that it was wrong. I was ignorant, and so I was very grateful that they were able to put me on the right path and, do a bit more research before I put my mouth into things that aren't correct. So, I learned from that. So if anybody can sort of point me in the right direction with these things, then I'm open for critical conversation. Because that's got like that pyramid thing at the very end of it. Can you see that? It's like that pyramid. And I bet you underneath that there's those dots, but I just can't get close enough to see it. That'll be those dots that I saw in the cloud, that I got on video really up close and vivid. So now it's starting to bleed out. That's when it's like they have ESP. They know when I see them. It's like as soon as it's like, oh, we've been spotted, quick, put the shield back up. I don't know, maybe that's where people think I get paranoid and I'm a bit fanciful about myself. But yeah, that is, and it is like a smoke screen. And you can see that ridge behind it. As there's one craft with this foam-like covering over it to mask what it is and how big it is, and then it has other circle cylinder things that come out of it. It's like the extendable funnels that you get. They sit within each other, and then they can extend to for different purposes and uses. That's what these things do. That's what I imagine these things do. So sorry, I'm all over the place. But anyway, so hope you have a great day. I'll check back. I've got to go and do a few things this morning. So when I get back, hopefully there'll be a few more things to take capture on here. And, let's try to sort this thing out and find out what they are, who they are, and why they're here. The crappy old Gold Coast, why the hell are they here? I just can't figure it out. It's like there's nothing here. Maybe that's why, because there's nothing here. But anyway, have a great day. As I said, be nice to each other, be kind. Doesn't take much to smile at someone and say hello. You might make that person's day by actually communicating with them, because a lot of people, I think, don't talk to a human being throughout the whole day. So, just give a smile, a nod, say, hello, how are you? Beautiful day, or crappy day, or how are you going? And you never know, you might start a conversation, and it might be really important to someone, maybe even important to you. Okay, have a good day. Bye.